extending the play as he has been doing for years, and that pass is incomplete, and Miller really takes a shot.
And that's helmet to helmet. You could hear it up here, I think.
Right.
I mean, everybody knows that sound.
My name is Kai. My group members are Adrian, Philip, and Leland. We're doing concussions. This is the last installment of our podcast. We're going to talk about a mission statement, the effects of concussions, and then why we chose the helmet that we chose. And we're going to give you a brief summary of everything that we've done and the reason why we're doing what we're doing.
My name is Philip, and our mission statement is basically to prevent concussions. So with that, we're trying to find a helmet or helmets to prevent the concussion rate.
Slaps, the punches, the forearm, it is an unremitting storm of subconcussive blows. The head as a weapon on every single play of every single game, of every single practice, from the time he was a little boy to a college man, culminating in an 18-year professional career. By my calculations, Mike Webster sustained more than 70,000 blows to his head.
My name is Adrian Price, and I'm here to talk to you about CTE and how it relates to concussions. CTE is repeated blows to the head. It's a condition of the brain where you have repeated blows to the head. Some signs from CTE are behavior changes and thinking changes, and some of those behavior changes are aggression and depression. As you can see, like in the past, how some famous football stars such as Mike Webster and Junior Seau have been injured really bad. Like for instance, Junior Seau, he killed himself from having CTE. And you really can't be diagnosed with CTE until you die, basically. And some people aren't even diagnosed with it until like three years, maybe even a decade later.
Like Adrian said previously, CTE is repeated blows to the head. But before you get to that, concussions play a big role in it. Short-term effects of concussions are dizziness, headache, nausea and vomiting, slow responses to questions, light and sound sensitivity, which is why some players like they'll do like this when it's like there's real bright lights outside, like they'll cover their ears a lot. You also have brain fog, which is when you can't think straight. And then the long-term effects are, you have memory loss. You have a disorder where you can't, with smelling and tasting, and then you always, constant fatigue, depression, and that's about
My
it.
name is Leland, and the helmet company that we have chosen is Radel. The reason why we've chosen this specific company is because it's the most prominent and the best helmet in the league that can prevent concussions. Some players in the NFL wear shirts, while the majority of them wear Radels. The players that wear shirts have more concussions, while the players that wear Radels doesn't have as much.
So in conclusion to our podcast, what we're going to be doing is, as you said in our mission statement, we're going to decrease concussions to a degree at which it will be beneficial for the younger crowd to play football and enjoy the sport that they love. We're more so focusing on collegiate and NFL and then some high school, just because high school is where people really start to hit and they're coming into their adult bodies. What we're going to do is we're going to develop a helmet that where it's monitored by like a sensor. If it's green, that means they're good. If it's yellow, you gotta monitor it. If it's red, it's like, okay, hold on, we need to look at this player. And if it's like dark red, they cannot play at all. And it's also gonna have shock absorbent padding in the helmet, so that way it will decrease the impact of the hit significantly, so that way they're not as rattled. Anything you wanna add?
No, not really. It's basically how we're going, freak the helmets and add better padding to the helmets. That's basically all we really have to do to prevent concussions. So I don't really think nothing else should be added to it.
Mm-hmm. And we did find a sponsor. I'm sorry, I apologize. I said his name in a previous podcast and I don't remember his name. But I believe he was like $15,000 he was $15,000. It was like a couple thousand away from his goal. So $200 will benefit him a lot because it'll get him closer to the goal of trying to get better helmets for our high school team.
At least trying to be able to, at least with the $200, be able to get a couple helmets, possibly, or try to do something like that to at least help toward his, his fund me idea, and at least try to get some good, a pretty much good amount of helmets to, you know what I'm saying, to make his GoFundMe better.
This will conclude our podcast segments. My name is Kai.
My name is Philip.
We've been your hosts. We'll see you next time.